Okay, we're looking a little bit rough this morning, I'm not gonna lie. The hair is greasy, we've got a few breakouts on the go, and I'm just in one of those moods where I want to feel more put together because it is actually Valentine's Day as I'm filming this. So I thought for today's video I'd talk you guys through my everyday natural makeup routine, basically just using as few products as possible to make us look a little bit more put together. There's a couple of other things that I like to do as well, especially in terms of my hair, because I feel like there's so much that you can do before you actually apply any makeup at all that just makes you look a little bit better. Step number one, we're gonna sort our hair out. I'm gonna do a slick bun today just because my hair is pretty greasy. Obviously, if your hair is freshly washed or you wanna do anything else, then it's completely personal preference. What I like to do on days like this is apply a hair mask. So I'm gonna use the Philip Kingsley Elasticizer Deep Conditioning Treatment. And I'm just gonna kind of like smooth this all over to help get everything nice and slick. Like even just that straight away, I just feel like I look better. If you're someone that doesn't really like to wear makeup either, or if you literally have like no time at all, then I genuinely think just focusing a little bit on your hair and your skincare, even just doing that makes so much difference. You could leave it as a ponytail if you want. I'm just gonna add a claw clip just because my ends are looking a little bit dry. So I just wrap it around and then just take the clip and just kind of like secure it in place. And then I also just like to take, this is a beard brush that I got from Amazon, and a little bit more of that mask just to kind of smooth all of these bits down. Whenever you're doing minimal makeup, I feel like it's really important to focus on the base and the skincare that goes underneath. Because we're not going to be adding a lot of actual product, I want to make sure that my skin looks really hydrated, really plump, really fresh. So I'm actually only going to use one product for this because obviously I'm trying to keep this as like minimal as possible as well. And this serum has honestly changed my skin and the way that I do my skincare. So this is the Dalba First Spray Serum. This is actually my second bottle of this now because I went through my first bottle so fast. So for anyone that hasn't heard of Dalba before, they are a premium vegan skincare brand. This is their First Spray Serum, and this is one of their best-selling products. They've actually sold millions of this because it really just is that good. As you can see, we have two layers. So we have the plant-derived oils at the top. So in here we have avocado oil and sunflower seed oil. We also have chia seed extract. So all of these help with making the skin look really nourished, really hydrated. We then have the white truffle serum. So this actually contains white truffle extract, which is incredible for elasticity, anti-aging, and the two combined just give your skin the most beautiful glow. Like the amount of comments that I have on my skin anytime I use this spray, it kind of just ticks all the boxes. That's why I've picked it for this video as well, because it does everything in one and it's just so convenient. It's perfect for travel. You can actually find Dalba on Amazon as well, so I'm going to leave a link down below to this spray if you want to try it out. But yeah, this is my skin currently, so I like to just give this a little shake to make sure we're getting a good mix of both layers. And I mean, I like to absolutely drown myself in this spray. You don't have to, but I like to apply it to my face and then also just my neck and my chest as well. I can't even explain like how refreshing it is as well. Using this first thing in the morning, it just, I don't know, it just refreshes you, it wakes you up. I'm gonna let it kind of sink in a little bit. I mean, my skin is so dry as well, and usually it drinks products up. But for some reason with this spray, it keeps my skin glowy and hydrated like the whole day. I mean, can we just take a minute? It gives kind of like glass skin vibes. So if you're someone that likes a really hydrated glass skin kind of look, you will absolutely love it. It's really affordable as well, I think, for what it is. It's like scratched myself there as I was fanning myself. Okay, and then next up we're going to do SPF, which is kind of optional depending on if you're going to be going out or not. This one is from Hello Sunday. It's the SPF 50 Illuminating Glow Primer. So again, it's just going to help add a little bit of extra glow to the skin, not that we really need it. Next up we're going to do brows, so I'm going to first off use my Anastasia Brow Freeze. I do feel like just combing through your brows, even if you're not using any products at all and you're just using like a little brush for them, again, that just kind of like opens up the eyes a little bit, makes the face look a little bit more lifted. Because I want to keep everything looking as natural as possible, I'm just going to go in with concealer. I'm using two shades just because I don't feel like I have one sole shade that matches my skin right now. So I've got the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Concealer. This is in the shade 6 Medium. And then also the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Warm. So I'm just going to kind of use this on any sort of like areas where I've got little blemishes. Around my nose, I always like to conceal because I find that I get a bit of redness there. Potentially under the eyes, just any areas where there's a little bit of discoloration. Okay, and then whilst that's kind of just sinking into the skin a little bit, I'm going to quickly focus on my lashes. This again is kind of personal preference. You could do just really light mascara if you wanted to. You could do brown mascara if you wanted something more natural. I actually quite like using the Kiss Falscara lashes at the minute, just on the very outer corners of my eyes. I find that mascara can just get a little bit messy for me sometimes, or I don't know, it maybe just doesn't apply the way I want it to when I'm doing more natural makeup. So I feel like using just a few of these cluster lashes just gives your eyes a bit of a lift and a bit more kind of definition, but it still looks fairly minimal. So I think I'm going to use some of the long ones and then also a couple of the short ones, and I just do them on the very outer corner. Previously, I was applying the bond straight to the lashes, but what I find works best is, I mean, my bond is like very messy right now, so I can actually kind of do this. But I find it's best to apply the bond straight to the lash and then apply it. Otherwise, you risk just getting this like all over your face, and you don't actually really need very much of it. So I'm just going to get it right on the very sort of like lash line. You can see the darkest bit of the lash where like the strip is. I'm just going to sort of coat it on the front, and you want to coat it on the front because these are going to go underneath rather than on top of the lashes. And that again is what I find makes them look a bit more natural because they go underneath the natural lashes. Okay, so I'm starting with the longest strip, and this is going to go on the very outer corner. You kind of just want to like, it's really hard to do this like on camera because I have to really concentrate, but it's literally just going to stick underneath, just like so. Very subtle difference, I feel like, before and after, but it just gives your eyes a bit of a lift. I'm just going to add a little bit of life back into the skin. I've actually got a new cream bronzer, which I'm so excited about because I've been using my Milk Makeup bronzer for years at this point, so I wanted to try a couple of new ones. So this is the Vive Modern Radiance Cream Bronzer in the shade Medium. I've not actually tried this yet, so I'm hoping I'm going to like it. I'm just going to kind of apply this to the tops of the cheekbones, a little bit on the forehead, and then I do actually like to add a little bit to the sides of the nose as well, just to very subtly contour there. I mean, it's more bronzing than contouring, but you get the vibe. Okay, and then any areas that are a bit heavy, I'm just gonna tap out with a sponge. I'd say that this next product is arguably one of my most important products for natural makeup as well, and that is a cream blush. This one is from Fenty. It's in the shade Raisin Standards, and I really like this one, especially for natural makeup, because it just gives kind of like a flushed cheek look, which is what I feel like your cheeks naturally do throughout the day. So I'm just actually going to use the same brush that I use for my cream bronzer, just to make sure everything sort of like meshes together. And I'm going to apply this and then blend it on top of that bronzer. I also don't really like to apply concealer under the eyes with this kind of makeup because I feel like if your under eye looks really, really flawless, then that is like a sign that you've definitely got makeup on. Whereas if you just have a little bit of concealer but not kind of like a full swept under eye, it makes everything look a lot more natural. You could totally stop here if you wanted to. I feel like we've got kind of a nice amount going on. I'm just going to add a little bit of lip liner just to kind of accentuate my Cupid's bow. This one is the Huda Beauty Lip Contour in the shade Pinky Brown. And then I'm actually going to use that same cream blush just on the very center. I think I might actually stop there. I feel like we've kind of got a nice amount on the go. Sometimes I do add a wing liner, or I will fill my brows in if I want it to look a little bit heavier, but I feel like for days where I just want everything to look really, really natural, this is kind of like a good amount. So yeah, this is the finished makeup. I really hope you guys liked it. I hope you found this useful. If you're gonna get anything from this video, it should be this spray and probably also the cream blush from Fenty. These are like I don't know, there's something about these products that just are my holy grails. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.